Guys and gals, guess who's back as CEO of Disney? Yeah, that's right. I'm not even kidding. Out is Bob Chapek and back in is Bob Iger. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. After previously leaving the position in like January of this year, I believe, Bob Iger is now back as Disney CEO. And this was a shocking turn of events. This is like really a shakeup. And no one saw this coming, especially when Bob Iger himself did tell the New York Times in an interview back in January that it would be ridiculous to suggest that he'd come back and help the position again, as if he's not going back home. And yet here we are, November 2022. Like nearly a year out of the job. After helming the position of Disney CEO previously for 15 years. Yeah, in fact, I think like maybe in the early 2021, he left, and then Bob Chapek was in. But already major shakeups have happened. He's going to talk to employees at a town hall meeting about what to do, what are the plans, and so forth. And already he, one of the first moves is a result of in the exit of the head of the company's media entertainment distribution division, Mr. Karim Daniel. Now, the thing is, both Kareem Daniel and Bob Chapek have a relationship and a close ally of Bob Chapek. So I think that may have played a role into it. It also hasn't helped that for Disney, their stock has plummeted up and down. At one point, it was like, 40%, and then like extremely high, like 121%, and then like a major free fall down to 52%. So there's been some revenue losses, some financial losses for Disney as well. It hasn't helped that Disney Plus, their main streaming service, hasn't really made them a lot of money. It has been continuing to generate at a loss for them as well, for a lot of reasons. And plus, like some questionable decisions as well when it comes to Bob Chapek being like politically tone deaf or like pretending like everything is fine, like so especially when it comes to some of the decision making that hasn't helped. And he has alienated some creative directors at Disney and kind of like taking away their power and, determining whether like a movie's in theater or in streaming on Disney Plus. And plus like it kind of alienated some people when when he botched the company's response to Florida's "Don't Say Gay" bill, and failed to cultivate Bob Iger's support for the initiative. So, at least according to Wall Street Journal, so I wouldn't say toxic culture, but not the kind of culture that has exuded some confidence, some goodwill in some ways as well. Not a lot of good feelings. I guess if that makes sense, like not a lot of strong leadership from Bob Chapek, especially when it comes to decision making and sort of the financial losses with his films or TV shows for Disney, and sort of how he's kind of handled the whole COVID-19 pandemic that we've all in, like especially with Bob Chapek's how he's handled the Black Widow film. That was a really main boiling pot, if you will. Like that was really a steaming situation between him and Scarlett Johansson, who sued him and Disney for the losses of the film because how it was like got a dual release, and she settled for $400 million, and both ScarJo and Disney seem to be in good terms now. So it's again, like I was saying, like there have been a lot of questionable decision making moves that have alienated a lot of people he's worked with, whether it's like celebrities or like some creative directors, loss of confidence with the shareholders. And so it's good that Bob Iger is back, but it may be just for 2 years, as far as that's just my understanding. It may be for like temporary for 2 years until he could find someone who's more of a fit as a new role in the new role of CEO at Disney. But I think will at least put the company in the right direction. He's in there trying to steer Disney in the right direction. Before he stepped down, he agreed to be like a consultant of some kind for Disney, just to help Chapek or something like that, just to work with Chapek just for a little while. But at least now, it seems like he's a very well liked person. Bob Iger is known to be really like have high quality, leadership skills as well. Someone who's very well liked. So I think this is a good thing that he's back. It's nice to see Bob Iger back. Now I don't think he's gonna get rid of Disney Plus. Let's calm down there. I don't think he'll at all get rid of Disney Plus. Come on. It'll still be a booming streaming business for them. It's just, there needs to be a way so that, it's not losing money for them and instead trying to help Disney for their streaming service, trying to make more money as well and see what kind of content other than just, because the original content, it's good, regardless of what you think of like recent releases like Hocus Pocus 2 and whatever. But I think with Bob Iger back in the fold, they'll be more than fine.